Okay. I was busy on my phone, texting something to you all. You'll see it in the comments. Good morning and welcome to today's show, beautiful people. Yeah, look what I found. My old fishing cap. I was looking for this a couple weeks ago when I went fishing down in the Ozarks. Couldn't find it to save my life. And this morning, here it was sitting there like if someone had placed it there on purpose. So I said, hey, that's a sign. And I put it on. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. Of course, I'm your host, Loren Michaels here. Where's my bell of purpose? Loren Michaels Harris. So excited to be here. Come on in, everybody. I don't know what spiritual banana pill you slipped on to find your way here, but I'm glad you did. Boy, so much going on. It is actually hump day. Boom, boom. Today is the 5th day of August, already flying through this month. Where is time going? Do you remember, at least for me, back in March when things came down like a matrix slow snail crawl? Seemed like a day felt like a week. Now it seems to be pretty progressive, in my world at least. How are things on your end of the spectrum? I'm so glad you're here. What are your plans for the weekend? Let me just quickly tell you what's going on in this house. My sister from my adoptive family is coming for the weekend with two of her girlfriends, and should be an interesting time because when I was growing up, she all I did was try to think of ways to torture her. So I mean, I was the baby, but she was right above me, and she felt she was the queen of my world, and now we're older adults, and she's coming for. I think this is the second time she's ever come here and stayed with us for a weekend, so we're excited about that. What are your plans? How's the weather shaping up in the woods? Good morning to Dorian Candy, Dirk. Boy, that's a name. That last one. I'm not even going to try to butcher it. Danette Ramos, her son was our guest yesterday. Sasa. Carol, how are you? We're here today. I know why all these women are showing up. The Puerto Rican Ricky Ricardo's here today. Ole, Danny Torres is here, and man, he's got some new things to talk about with all of us today. He's always on that health thing. Whenever I have an issue, have you ever tried his drink? The like a Nutra thing, and it's just we're about to get some more. I keep forgetting. Really great stuff. He is a serial entrepreneur and is the only person I know that is sitting here right in front of us today after having deep leukemia years ago. So I believe because it sounded like Boys to Men or what's those Asian boys that have that band? You know how all those girls start screaming and crying when they come up. I heard that was going on outside of my house earlier. So Danny must be here somewhere. Anybody seen him?
You're hilarious, man. Good morning. Oh man, you got me laughing over here, cracking up.
And the sun is really shining where you're at. Where are you?
Yeah. I'm in Jersey right now.
Okay. My guest yesterday was from Jersey.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah. He'll probably show up. Well, his mom is here. Oh, I think she was here last time you were here. Yeah. Ask him what grocery store he shops at, right? How are things? How's your family?
All is well, man. All is well. God is good. Every day above ground is a great day, brother.
It is. Tell everybody what you do and how, and then just go right into. I always ask everybody, what's your big COVID story or quarantine story? How's it affected you, and what have you gotten from it? Because surprisingly enough, a lot of us are now seeing the benefits of what we've done with ourselves during this time. Hopefully, you have one of those stories too.
Yeah, quite a few.
Okay.
Benefits. I started two new businesses. One for buying and selling businesses instead of me just building them myself. So one for buying and selling and helping people buy the business with no money out of their pocket. And then another one is credit. So and the reason I got into the credit one is because I've always seen people with this, credit fix and all this other shit, right?
Right.
So in my mind, I'm like, all right, what else can I do? What kind of business can I start that's going to help others, right? Not only help them personally, but help them make money, right? Help them be able to help others, right? Serving, right? So
Yes.
I partner with this company, and so now I help people potentially build their credit, but also help teach them to help many others build their credit. So everybody's getting paid,
So how are
right?
you doing this? Is it some kind of a workshop or a master class? How do you do this with them with
It's
COVID
it's
and all
all
that?
it's all online. It's all online based. Everything is online.
Okay.
The videos are online. The training is online. We'll get on the phone. I tell them exactly what it is and what to do about it and how they can potentially make money while they're fixing their own credit. And it's a revolving door for everybody to make income that says that they can't make money. They have to be on unemployment.
See, you're one of those people. I know a few of them. You guys know who these people are, right? Where it's like they can be, a bug flew in my eye. I know how to make some money with that. I mean, anything I was in there, could I? No, 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 that ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
And I finally every now and then I will stumble across something that works out pretty well. But some people just have a nose, if you will, for opportunities. So
Yes.
why the switch up now? What do you think made you
Well,
feel like I want to help people
I
do
wouldn't.
better, have more?
I wouldn't say it was a switch up, right? So
Okay.
I've been into the business for a while. I even teamed up with Anton J.
Oh yeah.
I became
Ace.
certified. Yeah, I became certified with that company also now. So I'm doing turnarounds with his company also,
Oh,
business turnarounds. And so in my mind, right, the supplement line is doing great during this COVID stuff. People are buying more supplements.
how about
Um,
that?
but in my mind, I was like, all right, the business is great. Doing turnarounds is great. Buying and selling businesses is great. But how can I help the lower income where they're thinking I have to collect? So you got some people saying, well, I could stay home and collect whatever it is, the amount that they're collecting,
That
and make
COVID
more
money.
money. Yeah, make more
Mm-hmm.
money. But that's gonna run out. So my thing is like, why sit there and wait when you could potentially make your own money and you could walk into this for a couple $100s and you could walk out with thousands of dollars. So I figured this was the lowest way to get in to help as many people as possible, right? For them
Okay.
to it's the cheapest investment for them to make a whole lot more money and serving many others because with this COVID thing and everybody going through what they're going through, losing their jobs, they're gonna
Yeah.
need to fix their fucking credit.
Mm.
So I jumped on that right away. All right, you know what? What other problems is going to happen during this COVID that could potentially help? One is buying businesses from baby boomers that want to retire because they don't want to go online or they're scared to lose their business. So that's a perfect way to go into that type of business, especially brick and mortars. And two is with the credit. So it's both ways that I'm helping people during these COVID and helping them potentially make more money.
So when a person is looking into purchasing or acquiring a turnaround business,
Uh-huh.
isn't it in most cases a business that for whatever reason has pretty well
Yeah, of course, that's why it's turned around. But
right?
bro, 80% of the time, man, it's not just the funds. It's money follows management, right?
Mm,
So 9 times out of 10, it's the management, it's the culture, it's stuff that they don't realize. It's the owner, it's the owner of the psychology of the owner,
hmm.
right? So it's stuff that they don't realize when you go in there and you can look at the numbers, you can look at the finances, you can look at the culture, you can look at their management systems and processes, and you can clearly tell, like, look, this is what it is. Like you have this. If we fix this, guess what? You just put a certain amount more money into your account within 24 hours.
Yeah, and
So there's ways to go about it.
I've been saying from the beginning, and a lot of people have been echoing it. I've heard it all over that there are those of us because of what we do for a living that multiple streams of income mindset has always been in place. But more and more people, due to the pandemic and changing up, I think the new normal is all the things that will not go back. I know companies that have shut down, thought it was temporary, have decided, wow, this works a lot better with
Yep.
our people working remotely. We're never going back. My niece, one of the sponsors of the show, Emperor's Medicine, she's a doctor of acupuncture, right? Maybe 2 miles from our house. Her business complex has 7 or 8 suites in it. She's the last woman standing, and she has her pick of the litter there.
God
She wants
bless.
to grow right, and she said a lot of these people went home during COVID, thinking and still paid their rent, waiting to come back, and now they're trying to get out of their leases. So it is a good time for people who have something. You're right, and even my friends in real estate say it is now a buyer's market.
Yes. It's well, no, right now is a seller's
I mean, a
market.
seller's market.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
you
now is a
can.
seller's market, but it's all about pivoting, right? When people first went to this COVID thing, in my opinion, I started doing lives. I was like, well, what can you do now to take advantage of this time? You know what I mean? It's all about pivoting. There's other ways to go about something. Granted, is there maybe some type of business that you just can't do? All right, cool, but just pivot it. I'm sure there's something else that you have in your mind that you can learn really fast with all this downtime to go out and do something. I've learned so. I mean, I took another speed reading class. I took another one in memory ones, another business course, another health one. I'm working on my bioenergetics medicine to heal from within. You know, I'm always into the health stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right? With this COVID thing, bro, my mother, talking about the health stuff, my mother, right, to move it over a little, I learned a lot more about health. And my mother is a nurse in a hospital, 36 years.
Mm-hmm.
She is the only, when all this first started going on, and she smokes.
Oh,
And I told her, I said, listen, I need you to take this, and do this every single day, right? Because I feel this is what's going to help you. Sure enough, 4 months later, they're still asking her. Every single doctor and every single nurse got sick. She's the only one that never gets sick.
wow.
Only one. Why is that?
I
It's
was
not
gonna
just
say,
because
what do you attribute that
it's
to?
not just because she's covering herself, right? And she smokes, brother. It's because she's doing the necessary needs to build her immune system. That's to fight anything. Prevention is all, right? Is to build her immune system, and that's what I have her doing, keeping it strong and doing certain things to keep her blood just a hair bit thinner so it doesn't clot because of the COVID shit, right? So that's another thing. I learned a whole lot more about that too. So I honestly, man, like with everything that happened, you know, some businesses slow, some businesses got faster. I kind of appreciate this, man, because this literally gave me some time. I traveled. I went and looked in Florida for some property that I want because I want to potentially build a house in Florida. I stood in Puerto Rico for a long time. Like I was just out and about. I did not let this stuff stop me
I know
at
I saw
all.
that. I was
Yeah,
like,
I don't.
look at Dan acting like. I said, well, you know, superheroes can do whatever the hell they want to do.
That's right.
But old crusty Grady's off of Sanford's son like me, we gotta sit it down. I ain't trying to go out like that. So, but anyway, I am traveling on a plane for the first time next week. But I mean, I'm gonna probably be in a beekeeper suit when I
You're
get on that
funny.
joint. TSA gonna have a lot of fun with me when I
Listen,
come to the
as
States.
long as you got your immune system pretty strong, man, before you go on there, do about 5,000 milligrams of vitamin C, do about 4,000 milligrams
Wait
of
a minute, wait, slow down. Let me write this down.
get 5,000 milligrams of vitamin C, right? You can do it in a
Okay.
powder form. Obviously, I recommend you to do it more in fruits. Kiwi is very strong in vitamin C, oranges, stuff like that. But if you have to, then do it in a powder or a pill form. Do 4,000 of 5,000 of vitamin D3,
Well, I take
right?
that every day.
Yeah. Okay, with 5,000 IU. You want to also take turmeric because
Somebody else told me about
turmeric
that.
and ginger to mix is not going to allow no blood clotting. It's going to keep you immune. It's going to keep everything strong. And these are certain things that I told my mother to do every day.
Yeah.
And if you start to feel anything, then start taking some oregano oil and throw it in a drink, like smoothie or whatever it is, and drink that. If you're around a lot of high lines on top of everything that's going on, I would invite you to take some iodine drops too. But
Highlines.
yeah, like
You
a
talking
high
about
electrical. Yeah.
somebody was mentioning that the other day.
Yeah, because of the 5G gives you the same effect that the virus gives you. So it's very
So that
similar.
is true.
So the iodine will help you a lot with that.
Iodine drops.
Yeah, 100%.
Now don't wait. Iodine drops. When I was a little kid, hi honey. Doesn't that bottle have a skull and crossbone on it? Iodine. I'm trying to remember. I remember something they used to scare me because I got into everything, and I think I remember my grandmother saying, "You don't want to mess with this" or something. I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't think it was that one.
It wasn't that one. Let
No.
me ask you real quick. You mentioned kiwi. And I was like, damn, he would sell out all the fruit he could have chosen. He said kiwi. In my world, I call that the snot fruit
You don't
because
like kiwi?
I don't know what to do with it. It's furry, number one, which is the first thing that made me go, you know. And then the second thing is, I don't know what to do. Do you peel it?
So
Do you bite it out?
There's two
I
things.
don't know what to do.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't eat the fur. There's two things you could do with it. One is you could either slice it all the way around with a knife, even a potato peeler, that'll cut all the way around, or just cut it down the middle, open it, take a spoon and scoop it out. It scoops right out.
Uh-huh. And just eat it straight.
Just eat it straight or throw it in a smoothie. It's very good for
Throw it
you.
in a
Very good
smoothie.
for you.
Okay, I want to give us your favorite recipe. Okay, because we need this. We are about to start doing this in our home, and a lot of you need. Give us your antioxidant, nutritious, good for you, delicious smoothie recipe. Take us item by item through it, so we can all start doing better.
Okay, so I got two questions. Well, one question. One is,
Okay.
do you want a smoothie like if you're starting to feel a little like if you're starting to get sick, or do you want a smoothie that you can take every day just to for the preventative to keep
Every
you?
day, just on the strength.
Okay, cool. So what I would do is I would take little, probably about, let's say you see a thumb,
Yeah.
the size of the nail of the thumb. I would cut that off of a stem of ginger root and
Okay.
turmeric root. I
Oh, I
would
didn't
throw
know
that.
turmeric came in a root.
Well, yeah, it's yeah, absolutely. You just got to make sure you put some biopurin or some pepper in there, so that way your body can absorb most of it. But I'll get there. So anyway,
Okay.
so I would put that into the drink. I would put an apple in there.
What kind of apple?
Okay, it doesn't matter.
Any
Doesn't
kind.
matter. Yeah, I use
I
Fuji
like
apples.
Honeycrisp.
Honeycrisp are really good too. That's fine. It doesn't
Okay.
matter as long as the apples are organic. So now with the fruit thing, right? Everybody in the
Yeah.
world says, "Yo, you need organic fruit." It's true, but it's false. Is it true that you need organic fruit? Yeah, but you do not have to spend extra money on organic, like let's say apples. I mean, bananas and apples. Bananas skin is so thick that it doesn't matter if it's organic or not. Don't
Great.
waste
Thank you. I was waiting for that tip.
don't waste your extra money. Bananas, I eat bananas all the time.
Me too.
Apples, you want to try to get organic, and even at that, you want to make sure you wash them really good, because it's got that real shiny shit that you don't want that. So clean up real good.
Like a
Throw
wax on it.
Yeah, throw it
So,
in there.
Danny, this Honeycrisp apple, is it one apple per person? Or, I mean, per serving?
Well,
Or
that
just one
depends.
apple?
No, if you want more fiber in the morning, which will help you burn more fat, then you can put two apples as long as you can fit it into the drink. But you're not going to drink that whole drink right now and there. Like that's going to last you. You know what I mean? It's not
Oh,
depending on the size of your NutriBullet or your blender that you're going to use,
okay.
right? And then so that's one. So that's one. With super green powder.
Super green
So,
powder.
super green powders, yeah. That's got all the super greens. Just trust me, just Google super greens. Now, there's another
Okay.
one that I do once a week, every week, my entire life.
That's it? Ginger, turmeric, Honeycrisp, apple, super greens powder.
Oh, and black seed oil. Put a teaspoon of black seed oil in there.
Black or flack?
Black seed oil.
Black seed oil.
That kills all the mucus in your body, destroys it.
It does?
Yeah.
Where you get that at?
You can get it anywhere. Black seed oil. Go to Whole Foods, go to Vitamin Shop, go anywhere.
Oh, okay. And then that's it. And then just put some water in there or something, or you use milk. What do you use?
Well, you want to use, I don't use milk. If you wanted to use water, that's great. If you wanted to have liquid in there without using no type of water, then you can use watermelon. And watermelon has a lot of water inside of it, where actually when you mix everything, it actually comes out nice, perfect smoothie.
Oh,
If
you
you
just
want to,
assumed I had a watermelon laying around.
well, I mean, shit, I eat
I
watermelon.
actually bought
I,
one last night. I'm just playing, but I really did.
Watermelon, bro. I do straight watermelon drinks by them. Just straight throw a bunch of watermelon in there, blend it, and just drink it. It
Seeds
is
and
one of the
all.
best. No, yep, it is one of the best things for your body. Cleanses you out. Strong strength melon. Melons and grapes are the best cleansing for your body. Melons and grapes.
Melons and grapes.
Any type of melon, watermelon, or any type of grape, especially the red grapes.
So you've thrown those in your smoothie too?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh
how
yeah.
come I thought, oh, it's probably in the powder? Because everyone's like, throw a whole thing of kale in there and this, that, and the other.
You don't
You,
need that. It's in the super greens powder.
it's
That
in the
has
super
kale,
good.
spinach. It
So
has
much
everything in
easier.
there. That has barley. That has ashwagandha. That has all that stuff in there.
Okay. Welcome, Jason Cisneros, David Falconbury, and
What's up?
my
What's
good
up?
friend Christina Cash. Say again.
No, I was just saying what's up.
Oh, yeah. So okay, and that's it.
So,
Mix it
so,
up and
so
drink it.
yep. So now another really good one for you is beets. You want to take a whole beet, cut it in half with some. Listen to me now.
Okay.
Beets, ginger, celery,
Mm-hmm.
carrot, and a half thing of real small clove of garlic. You throw that into the drink, bro. You want to talk about that's like literally natural antibiotic, antiviral. Like that just knocks stuff out of you, bro. If you're feeling
Really?
some type of sick, yeah, you take that. Even beets, like beets itself, like I'll take a half a beet before I work out because beets open up it's nitric oxide, so it opens up your veins and you got a lot more energy while you're working out. I don't do none of that powder stuff, bro. None of the protein stuff. None of that. Anything that's fake, synthetic, I don't put in my body no more, man.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
do it.
I say if it comes out of a lab and I can't pronounce it, how can my body even recognize what it is? It
That's
doesn't know
right.
what to do with it. It doesn't
That's
store
right.
it
That's right. It's a foreign
or
object in your
process it.
body.
It stores it. Right.
It's
So
foreign.
tell
Well, that's what.
people.
Well, Lauren, that's why people get sick. They don't get sick from cold weather, hot weather, being around people. Somebody could cough right in front of me. I'm not going to get fucking sick. Why? One, because my immune system is strong. But two is sickness comes from all. So, all right. So I'm going to break this down.
Break it
You ready?
down.
Check this
Yeah.
out. So they talk about holiday season. People get the flu and all this other stuff, right? It's actually your mucus building up, right? So how you just said something foreign into your body. So what happens is the mucus is built to go over that foreign object, that foreign food, that foreign invader inside of your body. Now, the more foreign invaders that you put inside of your body, right? That's the mucus is continue to build. It's trapping it. It's saving you to get it out of you. Right. But now what happens is when you're not cleansing yourself, when you're not doing a trampoline every single day of your life for at least 10 minutes, because that opens up your lymphatic system to open it up to drain your sewage. Right. When you're not doing these things, you're building up mucus. You're building up. Now, guess what? By the time you know it, you're throwing mucus out of your nose or you're spitting out mucus because you're so, and that's where you get sick. It all you do it to yourself. Now, the more greens you eat, the more so fruits cleanse you, greens, vegetables rebuild you. The more of that you eat, you're not going to get sick because your white blood cells they're working on things that needs to be worked on. They don't have to fight, continue to boil and fight this mucus that's getting it out of you, getting it out of you. Do you understand the breakdown?
Yeah, but I had no idea this thing about. So that mucus is it's really. Oh, do that again. What is
Mucus
it?
is everything. Mucus is your disease. Mucus is so you build up so much mucus. That's when you get sick because your body has nowhere else to get it out of you, so it's got to get it out.
Oh.
That's where that comes from. And you know what's crazy? So recently, I wanted to speak about this, Loren. Recently, last week, I went to the hospital, right? Now, I'm one that I don't like doctors. I don't do none of this shit. But I started to feel, I don't know if I was feeling this chest pain that I felt prior, and I felt this like down here, real low neck pain, right? And I was like, what the fuck is this? It wasn't my throat. It wasn't, and it was on and off for quite some time. And in my mind, I'm like, I eat amazing, right? I don't really drink anymore. Like, what is it? What's going on with me, right? So I went to go get checked out. I'm there like 12 hours. They do a CAT scan. They doing all these tests on me, X-rays, the chest scan, and they can't find nothing. They do everything on my neck. They can't find it. I said, Doc, man, something's going on. Check my blood. He said, bro, your blood came back beautiful. I said, all right, well, something's going on. So we did some more work, and he comes out. He tells me, oh, your thyroid, that I got hyperthyroidism. So now in my mind, I'm like, okay.
You hear that a lot.
Yeah, so in my mind, I'm like, all right, I heard many people with hypo or hyper.
Yeah,
and I'm like, well, where did this come from?
Right.
What is the underlying issue? Because, a doctor, the first thing you do, not all doctors, all right, but the first thing they want to do is they want to, okay, well, here, take this will fix it. Or they want to give you the radioactive, something to kill that. But then you're going to take hormone pills for the rest of your life. I'm like, I'm not doing none of that shit. And I literally started laughing at him. He says, oh, it's not that bad. You just take the pill every day. I said, Doc, I'm not doing that.
Gonna happen.
I said, listen, you have no idea who you're talking to, bro. Like, that ain't happening. Right?
I almost said the same thing. He must not have known who he was talking to.
Yeah. So I went, bro. I got out of there like 2, 3 in the morning. The very next day, bro, I was in Barnes and Nobles by the time they opened. I was on Google. I'm doing all my homework, right? Bro, within 1 week, I read 2 health books strictly about thyroids. Then I went deeper and I went into it's a yoga called Ramdev Baba, and it's a yoga that you can do for your thyroid also. So there's different things you can do, bro. Within, I don't know, it's been maybe today's what, Wednesday? So it's a matter of fact, it's been probably 6 days, and I think I feel better now than I felt in the past 2 months with me feeling this on and off. What's going on?
So what'd you do?
So I'm taking lemon balm every day, right? Lemon balm calms the thyroid. I'm doing the yoga more often every day. And it's funny because the yoga poses that you do is called Ramdev Baba yoga, and it's literally just for thyroid. And and these yoga poses, man, you look funny as fuck when you're doing them. But it's the vibration, right? It's the vibration of thyroid that's actually healing it. There's vibration and frequency that can heal cancer, man, but the world don't talk about that neither, but we're not going to get on that. But it's the vibration that you're doing in these type of forms of yoga and these sounds that you're doing. When you hear with meditation and we go, when you do that, well, that's all vibration.
And gong therapy, all that.
It's the same concept. So I started doing that. Eating clean again, doing nothing but fruits this whole entire week. I did a lot of fucking fruits, cleansing myself. And bro, I'm telling you, man, I feel way better. I'm not 100% yet, but I feel way better than what it was. And I'm going to continue to do this, right? I'm going to continue to do this holistic way and healthy way, natural way, supplement way, right? and I'm not going to take none of the stuff that the doctor says, and I'm going to go back to them in a month, and I'm going to get another checkup, and I guarantee you they're going to say, you know what, I don't know what you did, but keep doing it. I guarantee that. I bet my own self money on that.
Wow. Excuse me. Well, if anybody would know, it would be you, having come through the leukemia revolving door all those years ago and staying healthy all this time. Um, so many people I hear, you hear thyroid mentioned, just like, it's just like thrown around.
It's actually,
Uh,
you know what, Lauren, it's what's funny is, and I studied this shit the past couple of days. Thyroid, when you have something with your thyroid, it was something caused it to ignite, like something triggered it, but it's actually a virus. It's a certain type of virus that it is, and what triggers it could be a several different things. It can be from mold, it can be from stress, it can be from, and stress, all different type of stress, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's financial,
mhm.
your heart problems. It can be I like, there's a probably a list of shit that I was looking at. It can be one of the biggest things that it possibly can be. And what's crazy is this is exactly when I started to feel this pain. So I cracked my tooth a couple months back. I went to the dentist. Now I had a metal filling at that time.
Mhm.
So he asked me, "Do you want me to I'm gonna clean it out?" And I said, "I don't want no more metal. Put the porcelain."
Right.
So he did that, fixed it, case closed. A couple days later, I started to feel something. I said, "Doc, man, I don't know if this is an infected or what, but I'm starting to feel something." Right. Ever since then is when I started to feel all that. And one of the biggest causes of thyroidism, hyperthyroidism, is because of the mercury leaks down into your body, and it gives you mercury poisoning, which the thyroid, it ignites it, it triggers it for that to happen. And me personally, with everything that I've read, I think that was one of my key sources on why this is happening to me, because it was perfect fucking timing. Like, it was literally perfect timing. When that happened was when I started to feel this.
How many people called you on the phone from your family and even close friends when the COVID thing first started? While
A
most
lot,
people were running for toilet paper and
a
hand
lot,
sanitizer, was your
a
phone ringing
lot.
off the hook? Hey,
Actually,
you
what's
got
one of the
something
biggest
over there?
calls?
Huh?
Two biggest calls was a lot of friends that's nurses of my mother or me, and a lot of my friends that's COs.
Oh,
And
yeah,
a
people
lot
on
of
the
them
front
call me
line.
up. Yeah, they call me up. I actually met with one of them. He said, "Look, man, I got diagnosed with COVID. What do I do?" The doctor tells me to stay home, whatever. I said, "Listen, this is what it is." So I met up with him. I gave him some. I said, "Look, don't even order none online," because it was a good friend of mine. I said, "Look, man, I'm gonna come see you." So I dropped off a couple different things. Right, I told him what to do, what to take. He told all the officers that he works with in the county, and all of them started buying the product, and all of them started feeling better. And I was like, "Look, man, it's not a secret. It's immune, right?" Now, look, granted, is the COVID real? Yeah, but it's all prevention and immune. Don't One of the biggest things that pisses me off, I walk around, and if I don't have a mask on, I don't believe in these fucking masks. If I
Mm.
don't have one on, but I got somebody walking up to me telling me, "Oh, you're endangering me," I'm gonna smack the Doritos out of your fucking hand. Don't tell me I'm endangering you when you messing your own immune system up. That's not my problem. You're endangering me by you being the way you are, by you eating the way you are. You understand what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. A lot of people contradict themselves. They're gonna sit there and tell you, "Oh, you're unhealthy," and they don't know what the hell they're doing. Or you're in a Target or a Walmart, and you got a dude that's 400 pounds walking up to you talking about you got to put a mask on. Like, nah, my man, I'm sorry, I can't take. That's like a trainer telling me what to do, and he weighs this much. Like, I'm sorry, bro, no disrespect, but don't tell me what the fuck to do. And that shit gets me pissed.
Ain't nobody scared of you.
That
I'm
shit
just
get.
playing.
Hey,
I'm just playing.
it ain't no hands flying. It's knowledge. It's knowledge. It ain't hands flying. It's knowledge and immune system.
Okay, it is not. It is. I'm looking at the screen over here. Whatever, Jason. Talking about, can I film that? Talking about with that, knock the Doritos out. Um, so, so, what would you say to people? Because see, this is the thing. You were already doing these things pre-COVID, and so then everybody went into a nosedive panic when this happened. When really we're walking through germ-infested everything
Every
every
day,
day anyway, right?
100%.
So, what's your prediction? Let me ask you this, and then we're going to switch up a little bit. What do you think? Do you think there's a second round of this thing coming in the fall?
You want me to be honest? Like,
Yeah.
100% honest? Do I think it's a second round? Yeah. Do I think after the elections you're not going to hear much of it no more? Yeah.
Mm.
But I
Mm.
don't want to get into the political part
Yeah,
things.
that's a whole nother one.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
whole
I don't
nother
want to. I
show.
don't want to get into that.
When we return from break, everybody, we're going to talk with our guest today, Danny Torres, the serial entrepreneur. We're going to talk to him about, first of all, the drink that he created, because we love it in this house. I tried something else. Someone got us to try a thing called Nutriblast last month. And when it ran out, my husband said, I don't want you to order that anymore. I told you to get Danny's stuff again. So, and I called you, didn't I? I still need to do it. When we come back, we're going to talk about that. And we're also going to find out how you can get in touch, continue the dialogue with Danny, you or someone you know that is interested in fixing that credit, or finding out how you can add some multiple streams of income to your world. We'll be right back.
When I saw you, I would lose control. Made me feel like there was no tomorrow. Should've told you that you're beautiful, but the days pass and now it's so long ago. Did you make it? Did you break free? Did you manage to be who you wanna be? Maybe somewhere you think about me too. I wonder where are you now? Wonder where are you now? Wonder where are you now? Would you know my name? Would you know it? Did you feel the same? Wonder where are you
Okay, and we're back. Hey, everybody, if you've just joined us or you came in during the commercial break, I'm Loren Michael Harris. You're in the midst of our Hump Day version, Wednesday's version of Bathrobe Moments with my guest today, Danny Torres. Now, before break, we were talking about all kinds of things. He gave us some great recipes and insight on things to bolster our immune system during these trying times. And I wanted to, before I get into that, I wanted to say, everybody, those two clips you just saw. The first one is the pre-launch for season 2 of the next Global Impactor. And so if you're interested in that, go back or get at me and I'll give you the information where you can upload a 60 seconds or less video convincing the team why you should have 12 free shows on television, and then we'll go from there. So if you want information on that, let me know. And then also the second piece you just saw is for the Slave Free Project. I will be meeting a bunch of people. Jason, are you going, Danny?
I'm going to try to make it August 15th.
Yeah, August 15th in Salt Lake City. A peaceful protest or march. We'll give you more information on that every day leading up to it to help bring awareness to another pandemic, I would say, because even one person is too many for trafficking, human trafficking.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want some information on that, all you have to do is Google Slave Free Project, and it'll take you right to the front door, so you can find out how you can be of service. So, Danny, so now here you are. You've gotten, a lot of people have gotten even more busy now that the pandemic is happening. And let me ask you this question. I love running this question past guests. Did you notice, or what's your opinion on this? I noticed that a lot of people, when the pandemic hit, their biggest issue was that we didn't know how to spend quality time with ourselves. Because you know, you were like, you know, it didn't bother me because we're homebodies pretty much anyway. It was our going out to dinner routine. You know, we get those things from Capital One and stuff. All I hate those things where they put the chart on your phone talking about this is how much you spent in restaurants last month. Did nobody ask you that? Stay out of my business. Worse than Alexa. Oops, I shouldn't have said her name out loud. She'll be butting in Alexa. You know, you used to have to say, "Hey Alexa," whatever, whatever. Alexa just start talking whenever she want to now.
Yeah, I don't
I
have
told
one
her,
of them. I don't trust it.
I told her, keep playing. You're gonna find yourself inside somebody's garage sale. I'm like, keep talking. Okay, she didn't say nothing. It must have worked. But anyway, I'd like to know, what have you done? What was your process to navigate through what we've been going through, and what is your definition of new normal?
I mean, to me, it's all about pivoting, man. It's all about pivoting and having an open mindset, regardless of anything in this world, right? So when everything started going on, always you have you got the glass halfway full, halfway empty. That's the way two different people think, right?
Okay.
I'm never one to think of it always halfway empty. I'm very optimistic. I'm always looking at the other things, the brighter side of things, no matter what it is. Like, for instance, with the whole thyroid shit, like, I didn't get mad. I didn't get upset. And my mind was like, all right, cool. Like, I know for a fact the reason this is happening to me is because someone could be close to me or not in my very near future is going to have the same problem. And God said, you know what? You're the one they're going to ask. So I need you to go through the shit first. So
Right.
like I never look at it in a bad way. I always look at it like, all right, I have to master this, not only for me, because I got to master for someone else to serve. Right.
See?
Yeah, so that's everything. Like, you know, when COVID, when all this shit started happening, the first thing I did right away, I went and did a couple lives to help people, to let them know, like, listen, how are you going to pivot? How are you going to make a move in this? What can you do better? What can you learn? Right. And you're right. A lot of people was home. They don't schedule me time. They don't know what me time means.
Right.
Right. And sometimes it'll drive you crazy. But don't let it drive you crazy. Just think of different things that, you know what, this is perfect time for me to do for me to become selfish, so that in order for me to become selfless, right, for me to get my shit right, for me to get my personal, my financial, my family, whatever it is, you know, relationship, whatever it is, go outside the box, right? Go outside the box. And if this is the one way that you've been thinking, then think another way. Think another way where it's like, all right, you know what? We're together. We're home. What can we do different?
Right.
Right. How can we manage our time? I had a conversation with a friend of mine. This was like maybe a month and a half ago. Right.
Okay.
And he's like, man, I've been with my wife for, I think he said like 15, 16 years. And now that we're home, we always complain that we didn't have time with the kids. But now, even with the kids being home, we don't have more time. I said, well, you got to set standards. You got to set rules. You got to set boundaries. You know, mommy daddy time is mommy daddy time.
Right.
Right. Kids time is kid time. And he's all talking about the homeschooling. I said, well, that's going to help you discipline yourself, and it's going to work on your focus levels. Why? Because and it did it for me, because you're home, you're working with your child, doing their homework, helping them do their homework, right? Just assisting them. And if you're on your phone doing something else, or if you're on a computer doing something else, that's lack of focus in you. So guess what? You teaching that to them. So it's also a huge learning curve going on with focus in this whole entire time.
That's right.
So I just don't see things the way many other people see things, Loren. I've been through adversity since I was a child, bro. Like since a kid. Like to me, adversity is strength. To me, adversity is something that, okay, that's a weakness that I need to get stronger.
You know, and that's the point. I want to circle back around to that real quick, because I don't want anybody to miss that one. Guys, listen up. Seriously, if you forget most of this interview, don't forget this. When you said that how you tell yourself about why you're going through something, because I too, that's the same thing. I know that everything, it comes to me simply on its way through me. And it comes to 100%. Me for a reason, right? Because the thing is, how you can never be a blessing until you can see a blessing. And there are no such things as mistakes and curses and this and the other. Those are blessings and miracles that are becoming. They're in a morphing process. They are developing into what they will ultimately be. That's why you have to have faith, because it's the only way you can see through it.
Yes.
You see, because everything is an opportunity. I was on a show last night about grief. And they thought I was going to talk about nothing but grief about as far as somebody dying. But I learned from Jason, I grieve every day, which is synonymous with a celebration in my world, because I grieve I grieve and so ultimately celebrate the dying of yesterday's me in order
Yes,
to add the
yes,
ER to
yes,
be better.
yes.
How can I
Say it
be
all the
better?
time.
Right. You
Say
know,
it all the time.
it's true.
And
So,
remember, you said faith. Faith and fear don't live in the same home.
oil and water.
Right? They don't live in the same home. And you're absolutely right. And I love it because I say this, Jason says this, you say this, many people that I know say this. We die to the person who we was yesterday. For
Yesterday.
today, it's new. For today's new growth, for today's new person, for today's new me. Like there's no such thing as New Year's new resolution. I have a second chance. Like, no, you got a second chance every minute, every second,
Sure do.
everything that you go through. But if you're going to go through it just for you, that's a waste. So you're going to see it as a black cloud. But no matter what it is that you go through, and I don't give a fuck what it is, listen, I've been through it all, right? I've been through the deathbed, I've been through bankruptcy, I've been through it all, right? From homeless to like I've been through it all. Like you're not going to sit here and tell me that there's not another way, because there is. There
Right.
is. It's
Right.
your choice, your decision. We all got a choice. We all got a decision. And what do you want to do with it?
And I'm gonna tell you another thing. This may trip a few people out, but I believe it. I quit saying second chance because I know
Yeah,
that I have. It's always another chance. Because if you say second, then you got to count third, fourth. Which one am I on?
that's
You're
right.
just on another one.
Hey, Loren, you know what you taught me? When
Huh.
in our very first interview, I remember one day we started talking about what happened to me, right, with the whole leukemia situation, right? And I
Hmm.
said, "Oh, people might think it's crazy, but this is what I went through." You said it's not crazy. Stop saying that language.
Words that
Ever since,
deceive.
ever since you said that, bro, that's stuck in here. That's stuck in here because I'm like, you know what? I was putting that language out. I was believing that language because I thought that's what people would think. But no, this is what it is. And then it goes back to another saying that I love to say, and I seen this once and I changed it a little. It's people get upset because they think that they get mad at because you're not who they think you're supposed to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Ooh.
so it's like no, like then this goes down with life. This goes down with anything in your entire life, man. So what can you do to serve right now in this world, right? So me, I took it myself. Supplements, I'm able to serve.
Yeah.
Health, I'm able to serve.
Yeah.
Business, I'm able to serve. Right, I'm helping people sell their business that don't want to know more, that they have no child to give it to, any a child to give it to. They want to retire. They just want out. And I'm helping people do turnarounds with Antoine J with Jason's company. Why? Because people that could potentially make more money can do more good.
Yeah.
And that's it. Case
That's
closed.
a huge piece. That changed when Jason started pushing that, in one ear because everything else kept coming out the other ear. He plugged that ear so it could stay in there. It was because that was the catalyst. That was the momentum that started the new process of a non-scarcity mindset. I
Right.
had a scarcity mindset, and no matter what was happening in my world, great opportunities. And here I am telling people because words that deceive, like you mentioned. I get red flags when I hear somebody. Well, let somebody tell me get over it, or get from underneath. You'll get from underneath it. You'll find a way around it. That means that whatever I'm inside of, what I'm dealing with, is they're giving me what I call wall talk. You climb over walls. You dig under them. You skirt around them.
That's
But
right.
who's ever heard of a wall of opportunity? I haven't. They're windows and doors
That's
because
right.
God knows if you can see through it, then you can find the courage to walk through it.
100%.
You see,
100%.
right. So it all is interconnected but all you have to do is start with one thing, the truth. Leave it there. Don't change it. Don't put it in second. People say, first mind, but then they go second nature. That's a word, that's a phrase that
Mm-mm.
deceives. Nature ain't
That's
second,
bullshit. Nope.
nature's first.
That's right.
Nature is a root word to natural.
That's right. And you know what, man? I'm so happy you're saying something about this. One of the biggest things is human nature, right? When someone wants change, when someone wants to do something different, the first thing they look at is, oh, mindset. I got to change my mindset.
Yeah.
Listen, mindset is just the tip. That's all that is. Mindset
Hmm.
is not everything, right? Your limbic system, where the emotion comes from, that's just the tip. It's human nature. If you want to be something, look, I'm doing a 75-day hard right now, right?
What's that? A
It's
fast?
no, it's 75 days working out twice a day for 45 minutes each time, one inside, one outside, or both outside, but you have to do one outside. A gallon of water each day. Um, Reading a book each day, 10 pages, but I do a couple chapters each day because I read a lot more. But they have to be either personal development or business.
Okay.
And follow a specific diet, right?
And how many
Now
days is this? Did you say not
75 days straight. Now,
75?
but now the point of this, right? And this is where we're gonna roll into the human nature. The
Okay.
point of this, it's not about your body. Like when I'm finished with this, I know my body's gonna be shredded, right? It's not about that. It's the mental discipline. It's the mental discipline that it's gonna put in. Like if you tell yourself you're gonna wake up at 6 a.m., 5 a.m. every day, and that one day you don't wake up at that time, or you wake up, you hit the alarm, and you go back to sleep. Why? Right? But instead of fighting your human nature, make love to it. And when you make love to your human nature, when you say, this is just who I am, this is just what I do, guess what? You just raised your standards just like that. Just like that. And you follow who that is. Not, oh, I can't wake up at this time, or I can't be on time, or I can't do this, I can't follow this diet, I can't. Get rid of that word. And don't say that you're trying to fight, you're trying to take a diet, you're trying, no, you're living a new lifestyle. And it's your lifestyle. This is who you are, and this is just what I do. Those two phrases, if you say that, no matter what it is that you want to accomplish in this world, this is who I am, and this is what I do. You know, I tell people now, people say, oh, about business, but I say, no, I'm a badass businessman that's a biker. Case closed. This is who I am, and that's what I do. That's it. There's no other question.
And you know, I say to people, I just recently, like during COVID, I was like, one day I just couldn't get it out of my mind. It just kept running across the street in front of me. I was like, would you sit your ass down? And I'm talking to the word TOO, too. And then I thought about it, I said, you know, that it runs across the street like, you know, a little kid running to the ice cream truck, when really that's the Terminator. TOO has killed more. Oh, it's too hard.
Yeah.
It's too expensive. I'm too tired. I'm too busy. Oh, it is the predecessor. It pulls all the killers, all the crushers, all the abandoned ship megaphones into your world.
100%.
Right. And it's like this, you know, I think people, what you're doing, like, here's the thing. I think a lot of us chase trying to live up to standards. And then people say, you know what, how you gonna do that? You know what the odds of doing that is? Well, you know what? Just the fact that you have a heart that's beating and you're alive, you already beat the greatest odds. 1 in 400 quadrillion to be born. So you can cross that off your bucket list. I think after you've done that, if you can do that and you've never formed a thought, you've never spoken a word, and you already beat the greatest odds known to mankind, then from then on, once you get in here, hey, world, all you should do is strive every day to put an ER on what's existing. If you're great, be greater. If you're nice, be nicer. If you're kind, be kinder. And then start setting the odds. Quit trying to chase odds. Create them for other people to reach up to. Right?
That's right.
Because, and I only say that because a lot of people throw being of service around like good morning. You see what I'm saying? I take that very seriously. When people say, "Oh, how can I be of service?" Like on LinkedIn or something, you connect, and then how many times you get that? Hi, so and so. I noticed you're in the so and so business. How can I be of service? I want to say, here, give me your PO box so I can send you 3 or 4 of my credit card bills. You know, we'll see if you still want to be of service. But let's talk about that for a second, because you say, how many times a day do you think you say be of service? Imagine if you got a quarter for every time it came out of your mouth.
A lot. I'm sure it happens a lot, bro.
And what does it mean
out of my mouth personally, for me, is to that 1 millimeter shift of anybody's life in some way, somehow, for me to help them. In one way, somewhere. It could be a word. It can be something I did for them. It can be opening a door. It can be, you know, anything. But that one thing is like, all right, cool. Like, I just helped that person.
See, and talk about that for a second, if you could, Danny, because, you know, a lot of people, especially nowadays, where everybody's under the same umbrella of it's just tough. Okay, well, it's always tough.
Life is fucking tough. Get over it.
Right. This is just another day in Oz. So what do you say to people? How do they look around? And this is my theory. I figure, see, the reason you don't know what you're capable of is because you have lost the ideal of what value truly is. You got pennies all around your world. If you got a spiritual sparklets jar and you dug in all the cushions of your world, underneath the seats and in the junk drawers, started really putting everything somewhere where you could see it, you might go, because have you ever saved change? And when you put that first 1 or 2 coins in, it sounds like, boy, the emptiest sound in the world.
There's nothing in there, yeah.
But you don't feel that way when you drag her to the coin star. to pay that phone bill, and you get the
right.
receipt that says $63.14, and
That's
then a
right.
couple buttons fall out, of course, because you throw anything in the jar. Um, you know, take back all the bad shit. Right. That's just how life is.
That's right.
Life is like a universal coin star because we try to pass stuff off as value. How'd that key get in there? Who threw them buttons in my? You see what I'm saying? But I just
100%.
say that because everyone has value. But how can you ask the universe, or how can you see the nickels, the dimes, and the quarters when you don't even see the pennies that are right underneath your nose?
Be, do, have.
Say it again.
Be, do, have. Be who it is that you choose to be. Then have, right? Be, do, have. So you're
Mm-hmm.
being that person, you're doing what that person does, and you're having that stuff. Not, I need it before I can be it. Right? It's be, do, have. Become that person first. It's all. Look, I study a lot of. I'm very big into energy, right?
Okay.
Energy and universe and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
vibrations, right? There's a
Yep.
book. There's a book called Levels of Energy, right? Amazing book, and it
Levels
literally
of energy.
levels of energy, and literally talks about what energy you playing on this world. Like, where are you at? What's the average person? You know, the 100s, 200s, up to 400s. Like, it literally talks about levels of energy, how to raise it immediately, how to stay in certain areas, and you check yourself. You check yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, man, levels of energy, man, it's like when I'm around other people, you ever be around someone and you're like, man, they just drain me,
Yep.
right?
Energy vampires.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like a battery, right? Battery drainers or battery fillers, right? I want to be around
Right.
a battery filler, right? Someone that
Right.
charges my battery, right? Levels of energy is big, man. When you start to pay attention to who's around you, your circles around you, and what that energy does for you, then hopefully you realize, like, you know what? This is not who I am. Who I want to be? Be, do, have. I want to be this person, so I got to be around these people.
Yeah. And so tell me this. Levels of energy, because I had a book still on my Audible, and it was about frequencies.
Uh-huh.
And I really wanted to read it, but it was
Is the
way
power
above my.
was it the power versus force?
No, it